So I wanted to talk about Journey Together once again because this set to me is a little bit bamboozly because of the sentiment around Journey Together before the pre-orders were available on the Pokemon Center website. Now, I get this all the time in comment sections. People will say Vapor Self just isn't pumping the setup because he doesn't have any for himself. I get that all the time. But I'm generally just talking about the sentiment about the set, how it was before the pre-orders and when the pre-orders actually dropped. This has nothing to do with me. I'm just generally speaking about what I saw before Journey Together, the pre-orders were available, and then what happened on that day. And this is why to me this set is super bamboozly, and it's just really weird in my opinion. So, Surging Sparks, was always hyped up from day one, right? Prismatic Evolutions was always hyped up from day one. And even the same thing with Team Rocket, and that's obviously after Journey Together. Those sets were always hyped up for the entirety. Whenever we heard about them from the Japanese side, they were always hyped up, right? Like, there wasn't really any sort of amount of people, at least a big portion online, saying that Surging Sparks Prismatic or the Team Rocket Return set. There was never a really large group saying that this set was bad. However, for Journey Together, and this is not even from me, I even made a video talking about it. Generally, the sentiment when we heard about battle partners, right, and we saw sort of some of the releases and the leaks from the Japanese side, there was a good amount of negative sentiment around Journey Together. There just was. It wasn't even my opinion. Honestly, I thought the cards were sort of cool, but a lot of people were saying that this set was just not that great, and this was sort of a letdown. This is like the first set, guys. Like, out of this whole market, the fact that there are a certain, like, decent amount of people saying that battle partners or Journey Together is sort of like not that great or sort of not that great of a set is kind of crazy when you think about it in this whole bull market. And with that sentiment, before we had pre-orders for, Journey Together, I sort of thought, this set, I don't know, it was kind of weird because I told you I made a video about it. Like, people were already jumping to conclusions about this set, but there was a good amount of people saying this set was bad. But when pre-order day came for Pokemon Center, right, a ton of people bought it. A ton of people bought it. I mean, the site was crashing literally minutes after it being dropped. I couldn't get anything, obviously, you know, but it was sort of, you can see how that's sort of weird, right? Building up to this pre-order, nobody talked about this set, guys. Like, seriously. It's not just me. It's like nobody cared about this Journey Together set, Battle Partners. It's sort of weird that this is like the least talked about set. People talked about Surging way more. People talk about Prismatic way more. Team Rocket way more. It's weird that people didn't talk about this set that much, but the reaction and the amount of people pre-ordering on Pokemon Center, the website crashing, for that to happen with this, negative sentiment kind of built up beforehand, it was sort of weird. Like, it's bamboozling. And I sort of explained this in my past videos talking about Journey Together. I strongly believe the reason why this happened, the reason why, pre-orders for Journey Together were crazy, website crashing, all those sort of things, is because just the, continuous amount of just hype and just crazy prices from previous sets like Surging Sparks and Prismatic. And people seeing that happen to those sets, previous sets, that's just that sort of hype and mentality of everything just skyrocketing on pre-orders is kind of carrying over to Journey Together, regardless of that negative sentiment. And I think a lot of that had to do with a lot of people missing out on Prismatic and Surging Sparks, and people just decided, you know what, since those were all MSRP or above on pre-order, I'm just going to order now because it has to happen to this set. And I strongly believe that's why this happened, regardless of the negative sentiment. It's just because we're in the market where everything goes above MSRP on pre-order. So that's why this Journey Together set to me is sort of bamboozly. And when it does come out, when we do get more information about cards on the Japanese side on battle partners, we'll really see if this lives up to the hype that we saw on the day of pre-orders on Pokemon Center. But other than that, this set is just very weird to me that, there was a lot of negative sentiment online, and that happened on that day on Pokemon Center. And, on PokeBeach, you can see here, I just want to show you guys the comments on here, but we still don't know anything really much about the set. We kind of see the artworks of the packs. I guess I gave a pretty negative take on like the pack art and stuff, but look at I'm going to show you guys the comments on this post on PokeBeach. I'm not the only one who said this. I think the pack art looks cool, But the booster box, I don't even want to say what I said before, but if you know, you know. But we don't really know much about the set. We just sort of know the artworks of the stuff. I think they look pretty cool, to be honest. But we do know, you know, this, I guess, the promo card. We do know like a couple of cards in the set, but honestly, it's still, we don't know much. I mean, we don't know anything on the you know, Japanese side. We don't really know much at all about the set. But the fact that people pre-order MSRP for Journey Together, I mean, hopefully, you know, it's a good set and it works out for everybody. But I did want to show you guys just the comments here quickly on, you know, Journey Together, because I know I wasn't the only one thinking about this. The colors on the pack make it look fake, not gonna lie. It's gonna be an interesting year for the TCG. I know I wasn't the only one saying this, and some people were saying that the pack artwork is ugly. I don't think that pack artwork is ugly. Some people like it. I know a lot of people say they liked it, and then this person said the booster box looks fake. I know I wasn't the only one saying this. Like, honestly, I think it looks pretty cool, but I just kind of pointed out that it looked kind of like on that faker side. But that's kind of besides the point. But just wanted to show that I wasn't the only one saying it. But yeah, Journey Together will really show, you know, if this strength of the market continues, and kind of just how it plays out. Because like I said, it's bamboozle. The fact that there was so much negative sentiment building up for this set, and that for that day and what happened for the pre-orders, it was very strange. But I wasn't surprised, I guess, in a way, because just how the market was. But at the same time, I was sort of also surprised that there was that much negativity and then that happened. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Do you think this is going to live up to the hype, or do you think this is sort of overrated? So that's the end of this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.